What's up, mother flowers, and welcome to a game called Northgard. This is essentially a civilization adjacent game. There's a lot more to it than that. But I've been finding myself really craving jumping back into this. I know it recently got an update, but I don't care about that update. I just remember it being cozy and warm and a lot of fun to play. So without further ado, I'm going to shut up and let's go ahead and jump into this bad boy. We don't have any of the expansions, so this is the default experience. I did do a little looking, and I think it's this clan we are going to go with. I'm not sure, Barky, if that's how you say it. That's how I'm going to say it. We're going to go with all the standard everything, because bears are the bestest. And here we are. I mean, the combination of music and the aesthetics of this game, it's so good. We're going to disable these tips here. It's so cozy. It's so warm. All right, so just like any other civilization game, we have happiness, food, lumber, and the works that we have to keep track of. We also have different win conditions. Domination, where you destroy. Fame is basically you get popular. Trade is you build monies. And wisdom is like your standard science victory. However, this is different because it's better and cuter. We're going to go ahead and start with doing I think we're going to go ahead and start with a lumber yard. We're going to put that right here because it looks nice in the middle of this set of trees here. Now, if I remember correctly, I don't think these trees despawn after we build things. So it's just going to aesthetically be cool forever. And then immediately after this, we're going to go ahead and build ourselves one of these scouty huts. Where are we at? The scouts camp. And we're probably going to go ahead and put that over here. Right about here. And they're going to automatically build. We're going to get this guy to start being a wood boy. Chop me some wood, daddy. All right. Just look at how cozy and warm this game is. Look at it. I just can't. All right, now he's going to become our scout. He's going to go around and explore some things. And it takes time for him to discover each of these tiles. And once he discovers it, we can actually use our food to colonize or civilize, I think is the terminology they use here, this new tile. And they're not all of any standard shape. The shape of these tiles do change, which I find to be incredibly interesting. We got some fishies up here, so we want to colonize this bad boy as fast as possible. We can see we could build 2 buildings. It gives us 2 fish, wheat, as well as iron. So this is a very resource-dense area, which I'm okay with jumping in on this as fast as possible. Now, just like any other circumstance, we want to be careful not to expand too quickly, but that's okay because the scout's going to explore things. He's going to find cool stuff. And my goodness, boys, look at this. This is another really dense area when it comes to benefits. So this guy here is our runestone. We can make a villager or a citizen into a lore master who will produce lore. And this is how we progress through our tree of goodies. I like going down towards the bottom for shipbuilding, coinage, and the whole works because money is important. And then this guy here is just the ruins. Once we colonize it, we can make our scout go in here and say, hey, buddy, you need to discover said thing. And one of the first things we want to get up and running if we are going to attempt to do a trade win, because I've never done a trade win and it sounds really fun. We just got to get a lighthouse, so we need a beach, presumably. Whoa, they want houses, boys. Guess who got houses? Me. I think what we're gonna do is I think we're gonna pop a house here. Now the reason I'm putting a house there and not in this main area is because I want to leave some space in this guy here to build our shippy boy. Where's it at? The longship docks, which is right here. Sailor's loot thing. And it's great and it's good. I don't want to start on this quite yet because it is a little bit of a resource hog. So we're just going to go ahead and move on from that. But I am going to get this house up and running. And I think the next mission on the docket for us is to gather some food. We are going to do that by going ahead and working on our fishy boy. I think the fishy boy is best boy. Now, as we progressively expand and explore, we're going to come into contact with different areas that have different creatures and different benefits, like this guy right here. An ancient place of power gives 10% attack bonus to military units. And it has, I want to find you, these Valkyries here. These guys are tough. Look at that health and look at the damage compared to a wolf, which we have over here, which is the most basic unit. Significantly more powerful and resistant to damage. But that's okay, because we ain't gonna go that way. We just need money. All right, my friend, you go over here. And the reason I'm okay with expanding into a fish, like a fisherman right out the gate, is because these guys over here, when they're not building anything, essentially what they do is they get their food. That's it. That's it. It's beautiful. And this is more efficient. Now we want to start thinking about the process of expanding into some of these areas to work towards some of the bonuses. So I'm going to go ahead and colonize this because it gives me some extra buildings and lore, which we can start on fairly early. But more importantly, we can take this guy right here and say, hey, buddy, I need you to explore this. And when he does, it will presumably give us big rewards. This could be money, this could be lore, this could be an advancement in our society to some degree. We are also going to start getting our lore daddy moving. Why? Because we want to build to that ship upgrade as soon as possible. Oh, daddy. No, baby, no. We need some defenses. So we're going to bring this guy back here. I don't like this. I don't like where this is going. This is the antithesis of fun. Let's go ahead and grab all of these guys. And we're going to say, hey, go over here and beat the hell out of this man. Beat the hell out of this wolf. And we're going to need to get a healer's hut to actually repair our team. So the beauty of it here, he's going to go back and do his thing. We're going to get these guys going back here. Now let's find that healer's hut. Okay. We're going to go ahead and pop a healer's hut down here towards the back because we need to heal everybody up. And once that's done, we can actually keep them away from that task to go back to gathering food. It depends on how we're feeling when all is said and done. And now we can see that our little village here is slowly starting to develop into something amazing. I think the next mission on the docket after getting this healer's hut is to get a little bit of an army moving. And let's go ahead and actually get that started right out the gate. We're going to go ahead and put this training camp somewhere a little bit more central. And we do find our first lore milestone. We're going to go ahead and go with mining efficiency. Now, I know that doesn't necessarily give us anything out the gate as far as benefits. But that... No, build that. We're going to cycle through to the next one. You're going to go over here, Big Daddy. Hey, look at that. I told you. We got 100 money and 50 lore, which gets us halfway to our next lore milestone, which we're going to go ahead and use for shipbuilding. Because we can unlock the lighthouse and we get resource production from our sailors, which means we're going to be starting to work towards that victory rather quickly. Now, one thing I have noticed about this game as well is that it is a fairly quick moving one. You're not going to be spending a whole ton of time to play through a whole playthrough on a normal game. Now, I know there is story modes and what have you that will help you accomplish your mission much faster. We, right out of the gate, friends, are going to hire our friend, Kaiju, which is this big, beautiful bear who's always our friend and is the greatest of all things. Now, that being said, this clan is based around the idea of really heavily defending your homeland. This clan doesn't necessarily reward you for going out and adventuring and attacking other clans. Now, I can use my big, beautiful bear to clear this wolf den, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't want these guys coming over here and attacking us again. We did just shift into winter, which means we do get a little bit more difficult. However, that's okay, because we're good. we got the bear, and the bear is beautiful. Let's go ahead and finish this battle. And then one of my favorite things about this beautiful bear is if we go into a tile that has food, and by food I mean fish, not only does the bear heal, but it produces extra food. So you can see right here we have 6, and as soon as we jump into that tile, we jump up to 8. Now right out the gate, not a whole lot, but that benefit will continue to compound throughout the remainder of our playthrough. And anything extra helps because we can use food for trade routes. Now we're going to go ahead and go with shipbuilding so that we can progress towards the milestone of the lighthouse. We are maxed out on our friends. So what we're going to do here, we're going to build a second house right next to this big, beautiful monument. Now we're playing it a little risky because this is so open to attack. We don't have a very good defensible area. So what we're going to want to do shortly is expand so that we can get towers to defend ourselves. And that is going to be where we got. I know they're here. I see you. There we go. The defense tower. Once we start getting some money, we can throw these around, and these will gradually help us defend our area without having to build a large military presence. Let's go ahead and send our bear over to this next area so that we can destroy these guys. We got some stone here. And we also got some stone up here, but we also have some food. Now, the wheat is not something that has year-round production, so I want to be very cautious about how I use my resources in that capacity. Military experience. We are going to go ahead and select the Guardian route because we get oversight, watchtowers, which are great, call to arms, press, and hold the line. The long story short, we're not trying to conquer anything. We're just trying to hang out and be good boys to defend our area. All right, let's go ahead and send our bear back up here so we can continue the production. And we want to go ahead, and the last mission I want to accomplish in today's episode is get ourselves the big, beautiful lighthouse. I want to get the shipyard going. I want to get the lighthouse going because we have 2 building slots remaining here. Now, the shipyard, 80 lumber. Really expensive. We're losing lumber. Why are we losing lumber? Because winter. And this is going to make firewood sad, and we are also going to make our population sad because fire. But the long story short is we're going to go ahead and get to 80 lumber, and then in order to use the lighthouse, we need another 50. So we need a total of 130 lumber. Now, with it being summer, we are going to see that number skyrocket. And so in efforts to continue the production of this, we do want to work towards actually building ourselves one of these trading posts to help us build coin. But we are going to do that after the scouts here because we will continue to gain lore and crowns, which will help us advance our society significantly faster. And once we hit that threshold of wood, we are going to want to craft this bad boy. So what I'm going to do to save you guys the effort of watching me, we're going to fast forward until we get some wood. And if there are any changes, I will outline those as soon as we jump into it. And here we are. So the only advancements we've made up to this point is that we got our sharp axes upgrade. What that's going to do is help us to increase production with wood. We are capped out on food. Now, this isn't a huge detriment at this stage of the game, but once we start making trade posts, we're going to want to work towards that. So we're going to keep that in the back of our mind for us here. However, we are going to start the beautiful production. And because I think this is very aesthetically pleasing, being close to our main area, that's where we're indeed going to craft it. And look at it go. We're also going to want to build some extra food production as well. But I think we're going to go ahead and see if we can't get one of these food silos up and running after we get the lighthouse. And what this lighthouse does is it makes us invulnerable to Kraken attack events. And since this is primarily going to be what we're going to be using to gain victory, we want to make sure we're immune to as much as possible. We did notice that our scout got injured when exploring a new area, so rather than keeping him out there, we're just going to run our scout back here, and our healer, which we have had being virtually useless at this point, will now be able to gather some benefits for us. The longship dock is complete, and as such, we're going to go ahead and assign somebody to it immediately. And we do have the lighthouse ready, and we're going to smash that bad boy right up on there, and it works as a simple upgrade. And so now we can start doing a great trade route. Now, we don't have enough money production to actually begin this. As you can see, we garner happiness and we garner resources towards our beautiful victory. We do have the lighthouse, and apparently we are the first one there, so we are 10% on our way to it. However, we need to build up funds for money to be able to utilize this big, beautiful area. However, that, my friends, is going to do it in the first episode of Northgard. We have a beautiful, bustling city. People are relatively happy. We have lots of food, which we're going to use in trade routes. And we have a decent chunk of wood. But money, my friends, is the next mission on the docket. Remember, liking, commenting, and subscribing are great tools for you to get in touch with me. Let me know what you like, didn't like, and what you want to see next. But without further ado, I'm going to shut my filthy little cake hole. But remember, I love you guys, and we will see you next time. Bye.